Oh, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the market today. When is the market going to crash? That's what everyone wants to know. Everyone wants to know when the market's going to change. Of course, I'm not going to be able to tell you that. No one can tell you that. If they're telling you that and they want you to believe them, they're talking out there, you know what, okay? Let's talk about what the next year could look like. Let's talk about what the catalyst for change in the market could look like. Let's talk about the economy first. That's the big one, right? That's the one that moves the needle the most. Bitcoin has been down lately. There is, if you were to look at a Venn diagram of Pokemon collectors and Bitcoin investors, there is some overlap there, more so than you would get from most segments of most demographics of the population. Bitcoin's down off its highs by about 20%, and I think that's certainly pulled some money out of the market. Consumer price index is still pretty high, so we do have our inflation's higher than it traditionally has been. It's come down from its highs, but grocery stores still really expensive. Eggs, very expensive right now. Those type of products, eggs, fuel, they contribute to a lot of other things that you buy in the grocery store in a lot of our lives. So those things, those add up, those compound against other price increases pretty significantly. We have debt, credit card debt, consumer credit card debt just this week broke records at $1.2 trillion. That's a lot of credit card debt. So that means, it seems, that consumers are leaning on debt more and more for any number of reasons. Some to get by, some to continue spending and living the way that they want to live. So to me, that's a negative from an economic standpoint. The stock market is off its highs. I don't think this is some massive crash or anything like that. I think it's just coming back down to earth a little bit. And so, obviously, if the economy tanks in the next 6 months to a year, that's certainly going to impact Pokemon collecting and investing. But I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just something to keep in mind. So for now, there is discretionary spending. Going back to the credit card thing, please do not buy printed cardboard of any kind on debt. It is stupid. Very few things in this world are as black and white as that. There are very few things in this world I believe are black and white. That is one of them. Do not do that. I've luckily not been stupid enough to do that, and that is the epitome of dumb money. Please do not do that. All right, rant out of the way. So let's go on to what we have from the Pokemon Company planned. We have Journey Together coming up 1 month from now, from today, actually, I think. End of March. Doing strong, selling strong. I did a video on that today. I'll try to link it above here. It's doing quite well. I'm still meh on the set, but I think it is performing well. We have Destined Rivals, which is a mix of Japanese Heatwave Arena and Japanese Glory of Team Rocket. I'm still bummed that we just do not get a straight Glory of Team Rocket set. I think not having the name is kind of bumming me out. I think it is an opportunity to grab Japanese Glory of Team Rocket boxes. I think it is called, in Japanese, of course, Glory of Team Rocket. And I think those are going to potentially carry a premium, especially if we start seeing previews on those and they look like it looks like a banger of a set. We should start seeing in the next couple weeks some Glory of Team Rocket previews. So we should start, coalescing a little bit of that information. It's usually about a couple weeks out from the next English set is when we start seeing the next full English sets start, getting previews for the next full English set from Japanese. So, what else? We have a black and white set. I believe is confirmed coming out. So that's, kind of going back in time and referencing a different age, right? Black and white era. We also have 30th celebration that's going to be happening. So from a set standpoint, there is a lot of hype. Whether that gets delivered on or not is a whole nother question. Journey Together, again, is still a B tier set for me. I'm still of the mindset that they included the box topper because they knew it was a mid-tier set. Again, it's fine. It's completely fine set. It's just not a Surging Sparks or Prismatic to me, okay? So yeah, busy year from Pokemon. There's a lot of hype there. I would not be surprised if we are let down on somewhere along the line from a set standpoint. There's a lot of hype. Expectations are high. High prices, high expectations are being built in and baked into the price. And at some point could get let down. And I think that's a catalyst. I think that's completely okay, though. I think the market needs to settle down a little bit. I don't think it needs to crash or anything like that. I think it just needs to settle. We also have reprints at some point. I keep talking about reprints. Everyone keeps talking about reprints. We keep hearing rumors about reprints, but it doesn't seem like anything's materialized. We've had the Pokemon Company tell us Prismatic is getting reprinted. It's going to be a little while before we see that, but still, I have not heard, other than seeing 151 bundles, not Journey, Surging Sparks bundles come on Target, come in stock on Target. I'm seeing these restocks here and there, but I'm not seeing any massive reprints through distribution. Everything I've seen so far that's tangible to me has been through big box stores, which is interesting. So again, it seems to be like Surging Sparks. Every single day now, we're seeing booster bundles come in stock on Target. It's the same thing with 151 bundles. And if you look at TCG Player 151 bundles, they have sold over 16,000 bundles in the last year for a lot of, like, there's a significant amount of 151. I would probably gander that most packs, at least 3/4 of the packs in the world for 151 English, were put in the market through booster bundles. It's a lot. It's a lot. So Surging Sparks, we're seeing booster bundles. Does this mean, again, they're taking that same methodology of putting booster bundles into the market via bundles, booster packs into the market via bundles, maybe? Again, not touching the booster boxes or not touching them heavily. Is that a methodology that they're taking to ease the market, to put packs into the market, but tell the market, hey, we're not dumping on every single product into the market, and maybe they do a small booster box reprint? We don't know. I would think that would be smart. We've seen that. We've seen that before. We saw it on 151. Crown Zenith, we saw it on other products that were entered into the market instead of touching the UTBs after they reprinted the crap out of the UTBs, of course. So there's just, reprints we really haven't seen materialized at some point. We need them on a lot of products. And then, one of the other catalysts is world events. There's a lot of rough seas in the world. Nothing catastrophic, but we've been closer to catastrophic than I like. We'll put it that way. That is the worst type of catalyst because that affects all of the other things we just talked about. It affects confidence, it affects the economy, it affects our underlying understanding and safety in the world, right? So that would be a big one. That would be the one that would probably do the most damage in a short period of time. I'm not trying to be a doomsayer. I'm not saying that stuff's going to happen. I'm just thinking out loud here about, these are the things that run through my mind when I'm thinking about where the market's going to go. So long and short of it, I think we are pretty solid going into 2025. I think the pathway is very, very solid moving forward. I think for me personally as an investor, I am having a harder time really putting capital into the market. I'm not finding things, again, going back to Journey Together, not to pick on it. I find it very hard to find the upside potential on a $200 booster box on a set that isn't blowing me away when I can spend a bit more and buy Surging Sparks. Or I can get Surging Sparks booster bundles for $27 a pop at Target. That upside to me is a lot harder to see. I'm still buying product because I don't want to miss out. There's still value there. I still see that there's good cards. Destined Rivals will be the same thing. I'm going in, getting some booster boxes sight unseen if I have to, and then if I have the opportunity after seeing some previews, I'll back the truck up and load up. But I'm not rushing to deploy capital on product that, again, has most of its upside is behind it. Okay, this to me is a seller's market. And again, I would urge you, if you are an investor and you've got boxes that are up a couple 100% or 300%, if you've got Sword and Shield, this is a time to capitalize on them. It's a time to sell if it's a part of your plan. So it's just much harder to find deals and to find margin in this market. And I'm okay missing I've missed some, Blooming Waters. I'm just not willing to pay that kind of price for that product. I got plenty of 151. I've been able to snag some bundles here or there. So I'm happy. I'm okay. And it trying to follow, this is when most people get sucked into the market who are like, hey, I can make money in Pokemon cards. I can just buy boxes and sit on them and turn them around in 6 months. Yeah, you might be able to. I've been through these ups and downs before where a lot of influx of people come into the market trying to make some money, and then they get left holding the bag when the market turns. They're not okay with the box that they bought at this premium price, this booster box that's normally sells for MSRP of 160, they bought in at 200 because the market just keeps going up. They can make money, right? It's a done deal. It's easy. You don't have to think about it. They buy that $200 box. The market drops out from underneath them, and box drops to 170, 160. They're like, oh crap, I don't want it. What is it? Is it going to zero? Let me dump out. They lose money on it. Some smarter person buys their box that they're selling at a discount and knowing it's going to go up again someday. So just be careful. Again, make your own opinions before you're making purchases. Don't just go with the market because it's going up. One other thing I want to talk about again is we're seeing a lot of singles action, a lot of singles action. I would urge you, I don't know that there's any single above a couple of dollars that isn't up at least 50%. Some of them a few 100%, some of them 800%. And what the market is doing, there's a lot of influx of new people. I've seen this personally. I've seen a lot of healthy collecting, card shows, game stores, everywhere. I've seen a lot of people just enjoying the hobby. There's absolutely, this is not a situation of just a bunch of investors. It's not just a bubble. There's a lot of organic demand for the product. But there's also a lot of people speculating and thinking, again, hey, singles are going up. What's to stop them from keep going, right? And they may. But what's happening is the money is just finding the lowest point of the market. Booster boxes, if 2 booster boxes are too expensive for someone, why pay $500 for Fusion Strike? I can buy these singles for a couple bucks and they're just going to go up, right? So that money, or they, $500 for Fusion Strike, let me pay $170 for Paradox Rift, okay? So the market finds that low point, hoping to, its cheaper entry point, and they hope that it's going to continue to grow up, okay? Same thing is happening with singles. The same thing that happened in booster boxes is happening in singles. And again, a lot of it's organic. Some of it's not, right? You see some of these singles going up, you're like, what the heck? I don't understand why that card's going up, like Drowsy. Like, I think that's a lot of speculation. I think what happens is a lot of the speculative money gets into it, and it starts creating some traction, some snowball that happens, right? You start in TCG player, you start seeing a little bit of increase there, and what happens? Market floods in with money because it's on the uptick. So you get a ton of people that dump in speculation, and it just drives it up. And again, it's a seller's market. There is no race to the bottom. There's no need to undercut the guy next to you because the sellers, the singles sell. There's no reason to stop, to undercut the person next to you. There's no race to the bottom on anything. So that's my market chat for the day. Again, no one can predict where the market's going to go. We're hanging on. It's going to be a great year. The market is strong. There are catalysts out there, but again, this is not, don't dump your entire collection or anything like that. Sell what you need, sell what's part of your plan. Be careful purchasing expensive booster boxes. Make sure you like it before you buy it. Okay? If you like it, the market will probably like it. Don't chase things. Okay? Be okay just saying, you know what, that's too expensive for me. I'm going to save my hard-earned money for the next opportunity because there always will be another opportunity. Okay? I've been through this before. I've followed people, mentors of mine in this hobby that have done this for a lot longer than I have, and the same thing. And I've done it in the stock market. I missed out on opportunities. Yeah, Nvidia's too high for me. I'll get the next one. And there is always another opportunity. That's what's great about living in this country is this is the land of opportunity, but you got to be patient. So that's all I got for today. Hopefully you have an awesome weekend. Be good out there. PokeMarketLab out.